Hello and welcome to BDE Travels in our Camino de Santiago. In our previous episode, we left the town of Astorga. We follow another pilgrim outside of the town. We walked by the city of Valdeviejas. We went by the city of Murias de Arecibaldo. We followed the Camino until Santa Catalina de Somoza. In our second episode, we'll make a short stop just before Rabanal del Camino. There, Anielis posed as a pilgrim. Then we continued to walk up the mountain up to Foncebadón. At the end of the night, we met with Nelson and Laura and a group of her friends from Italy. There we grabbed guitars and we started playing even La Bamba in Spain. Finally, Amaris and I walked to Cruz de Ferro for a very emotional afternoon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we continue here on BDE Travels in the Camino de Santiago. Ponchos y...
Hay ponchos, hay braga, hay guantes.
Pero este viento está fuerte, ¿sabes? Este viento está fuerte.
Hombre, que está fuerte y frío.
Y frío. Ay, y después en contra, así que... Bueno, que tenga buen día.
Venga, adiós.
These little towns, they have their own enchantment. Usually the houses will have very colorful flowers made out of stone, and they usually are exchanged between yellowish flowers and red flowers, which makes a good contrast. And as you're walking through many of these towns, you get the feeling that you are being transported back in time. People are very humble. They live humbly here. Just a few albergues and a couple of restaurants. They have a church right in the middle with a stork's nest on top. And this house looks like it's almost falling down. Oh, and this one, they're rebuilding it. So interesting. El Ganso en el Camino de Santiago. It's interesting. It says Maison Cowboy, Camino de Santiago. De lo bueno lo mejor, out of the good, the best. It says in Spanish, cantina, which is canteen. And here's another one. A lot of fountains, but they're not, it says it's not potable water. El Ganso, it's kind of an interesting town. This is the Iglesia Parroquial de Santiago. It dates from the 16th century. Initially, it was a monastery, then it became a hospital for pilgrims. Well, we're getting out of the town of El Ganso, rejoining the route here. If you wanted to, you could have gone around, but it's good to go through the towns every now and then. Again, leaving El Ganso, not much to see in that town, just a small church, and a lot of people, take photo here on this cross, so we're going to continue on that way. And follow the next town, which is around 6 kilometers. So it looks like we're gonna go up those hills later, not today, tomorrow. The Cruz de Ferro, it's probably next day, and after that we should be on the other side of the mountain. So stay with us. Well, folks, as you come in Rabanal del Camino, right now there's a restaurant. It's called La Candela, and it's got some nice views. If you go on the back side of the restaurant, right before you get to the church at the entrance of Rabanal del Camino. So nice view. So looking at the mountains right now where they coming up momentarily. So almost done for the day. We're now showing about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And here are the views from just before Rabanal del Camino. Hey folks, as you come in the Rabanal del Camino, there's something called the greenhouse. Nice flowers and... ¿Puedo pasar? Gracias. Esto es como un área de descanso, ¿no? Okay. Also, it's actually a donativo place. You can actually come in here and put your camping tent. Tents are donativos, so they have showers, and every tent apparently has a cushion, so you can come and stay here for the night once you get to Rabanal del Camino. So once again, it's a donativo, so usually, you know, people pay what you would pay in a regular albergue, so it's between €5 and €10 depending on how much you want to do. So you can come in. There's a lady in that house in front right over there. She'll answer all your questions when you come in. Once again, it's called the Green Garden of the entrance of Rabanal del Camino.
Sí. Y ahí venía él, hace ya, bueno, pues más de miles de años. Pero yo creo que lo de las 4 esquinas es no lo sé, porque la casa de las 4 esquinas no las tiene.
Pero la casa de 4 esquinas es famosa porque vino uno de los reyes a dormir ahí.
Sí, Alfonso XII.
Alfonso XII.
No a dormir, era su casa.
Ah, esa era su casa.
Esa era su casa. Sí,
qué bien.
Sí. Él venía ahí a veranear, era en la casa de veraneo de él y él venía aquí. Sí.
Ah, perfecto.
Sí.
Ah, pues muchas gracias. ¿Cuál es su nombre?
María.
María, muchas gracias.
Es la de las ventanitas rojas.
Ah, bien. Gracias. Well, I'll do the translation once we're done. But apparently, gracias. Apparently there's a house. It's called the House of Four Corners, and one of the kings that house belonged to that king. So we're gonna take a look at it real quick. So I really don't know what they have special other than the king that lived here. I don't know why they call it the House of Four Corners, because it really doesn't have 4 corners, because it touches on the other side. But apparently it's a famous house here in Rabanal del Camino, just for the fact that there was a king that owned it. So further down the road, there's La Tienda Supermarket in the middle of the town. And then we have another peregrina right here. We're starting to reach, the section that starts with the mountains. After León, you get to Astorga. Then Astorga, you get to Rabanal del Camino. Once you get to Rabanal del Camino, it starts climbing. So up to the Cruz de Ferro. Very windy today, but we're gonna press on. We're loving. We're doing the Camino de Santiago. Well, folks, reaching the final destination, Foncebadón, for today. 25 kilometers from Astorga. The climb initially out of Astorga and into the next couple of towns, it's relatively short and not that inclined, but once you start getting close to Foncebadón, it starts getting tougher. It reminds me more of Villafranca Montes de Oca as you're going into Belorado. So some people stay in the town before Rabanal del Camino, and then in the morning they make the climb to go to Cruz de Ferro. Cruz de Ferro is actually 2 kilometers from Foncebadón, but some people like me, they like to push it a little bit and you know, press on until you get to Foncebadón. And a couple of interesting things to do in Foncebadón. They have a medieval tavern, which we're gonna go and eat this evening, and it's pretty much a small hamlet. I will say it's got like 10, 12 houses. Most of them are converted into albergues and hotels, but people friendly, nice, great views from up here. The only thing that I didn't like was the electrical power lines. They're very close to town, but other than that, it's just a nice hamlet with very, very old medieval houses made out of rock. So stay with us. We're gonna wrap it up for today here in Foncebadón after 25 kilometers on the Camino de Santiago with BDE Travels. Stay with us. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share our channel, and continue the adventure. We're gonna eat after we take a shower, clean up and everything. We're gonna walk around town, explore it, and then you'll see the medieval tavern with the food. So stay with us here in BDE Travel. Well, folks, a very funny story. I am right next to the church in Foncebadón. In 1993, they wanted to take the bells of the tower and put them in a museum in Astorga. This lady named Maria, she climbed up where the bells are, and with a stick in hand, she defied the authorities for them to take the bells. So the bells were not taken there; they're still hanging in there just because of Doña Maria. So that's another thing you can learn when you come to Foncebadón. Take a look at the bells. Alright folks, you know what, we decided to walk 2 kilometers right after we got in Foncebadón to the Cruz de Ferro. Instead of walking it in the morning, you know, we just skip that part in the morning, we just do it now in the afternoon. So so far Foncebadón, you like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's very nice and quiet. And it's fresh. It's not cold, it's not hot, so the temperature is just perfect.
It's gonna get cold tonight.
Well, it's gonna get cold. But the people are friendly, and we only saw, a few houses.
I think you can count them with both hands. You know, there's a maximum of 10 houses, and that's it.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of ruins in the area.
They're selling a lot. I guess it's because, you know, the economic situation in Spain right now. Very, very few people, and very rustic also. So it's 2 kilometers from Foncebadón to Cruz de Ferro, and you all know about the history about Cruz de Ferro is that you're supposed to grab a stone from your home, and you bring it to the Cruz de Ferro, and you drop it at the feet of the Cruz de Ferro, symbolizing some kind of burden that you have in your life that you want to leave behind. So
Did you bring yours?
it's somewhere in there, somewhere in my backpack. Because actually, I don't need to drop a rock. I need to drop a whole bunch of pebbles out of there. But nevertheless, you know, it's part of the tradition of the Camino. Well, enjoying a walk in the Camino from Foncebadón to Cruz de Ferro here on BDE Travels.
This is very impressive. It's a time to reflect. You could read a lot of stories here of a lot of things going on.
Un camino peregrino. Well, folks, as we're standing here at the Cruz de Ferro, believe it or not, it's a very emotional part of the Camino de Santiago. You know, where you see all these pebbles and stones, and you see photographs and things that belong to other people, which makes you wonder, you know.
Yeah. When you reflect on the stories that are on this post, it really touches.
It really brings home what the Camino is all about. The Camino is not about you. It's actually about those who are around you, those who have left you, and those who are loved to you. So I'm standing here, but it's very emotional. It's very touching, especially once again when you see all the pebbles, all the photographs, all the memories, all the memorabilia that point to someone in your past, and you know, it gives you some time to reflect. So when you come to the Cruz de Ferro, take some time, reflect, think about how your life is and everything, and continue on your Camino, because that's what life is all about. You know, you laugh, you mourn, you cry, and you keep on going. So thanks for being with us. Once again, it's very emotional, but I thank you for being with us. Thank you for being part of this with us. We left the Cruz de Ferro and headed toward Albergue, La Casa del Druida. See the albergue? Or the hostel. It's got like a... the hostel has like a small living room in there, a couple of paintings. And then this is the room I'm staying at. So just, you know, real comfortable, just a couple of beds here. And then, here's the bathroom. The shower, small shower. Views from the outside, just right out from the street, pretty much. So, you know, the girls have a triple, we have a double room right in Foncebadón. And then later we're gonna eat. We left the albergue and headed to La Taberna de Gaia. It is a medieval restaurant, and they dress as peasants. The food includes a small dinner with drinks, and they dress as the people from the medieval times. Within the inside, you find witches' memorabilia and knights' memorabilia. So it's very interesting and very nice to take a visit. Well, folks, we're eating at La Taberna de Gaia. I'm having a veal skirt steak. I asked for it to be well done, and so far, so good. I also had the pumpkin cream, and that was actually good. I'll recommend, if you're going to eat here, do the pumpkin cream. It was pretty good. We haven't had desserts yet, but we like the ambiance. It's nice. It's a family. There's no smoking, which is perfect. And the girls, you know, Anielis had a pork rib. Anielis, she also had the veal skirt steak. And Amaris also had that, with some exceptions, but it's been good. Real good. Prices are good price. And the best of all is just the ambiance. It's got that medieval thing, and they serve you with their customs and everything. So, you know, I like it. I like it. So if you spend the night in Foncebadón, it's called La Taberna de Gaia, or Gaia's Taverns, and it's all decorated with medieval themes. So, you know, take a chance, come and eat and enjoy. Well, friends from BDE Travels, this was one thing I was missing in the Camino. You know, the fellowship with other pilgrims, and tonight we finally got to meet some other pilgrims. We got a group from Italy. You all know Nelson from France, and you know that's it. But we have today
Laura.
¿De dónde soy, Laura?
Hello.
¿De dónde soy?
I live in Italy. I'm from Vicenza.
Vincenza, soy italiana. And then we have a group from Italy back there. Diga hola, el grupo italiano. So we're having fun here at Foncebadón. The group that's, you know, started singing songs with the guitar. Nelson and I, we were playing the guitar. Laura was singing just a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe tomorrow, if we all meet, if we make it, I don't know if I make it to Ponferrada, but if we do make it and they have a guitar, we'll play it again. So stay with us at BDE Travels. Enjoy the Camino de Santiago, just as we're doing right now.
In our next episode, we leave the town of Foncebadón towards Ponferrada. On our way there, we come across Tomás, a real Knights Templar. We cross the town of El Acebo, we make a steep descent to the town of Riego de Ambros, and we come across the beautiful town of Molina Seca. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we continue here on BDE Travels and our Camino de Santiago.